Hi Krithika.
Hi.
What is Pocket Places?
Pocket Places is an initiative by Sustrans, the national charity, and is being delivered with the support of Southend and Sea Borough Council and Health Strength. It's a community-led project. It's very exciting. It seeks to work with local community to identify unused or poorly used spaces around Queensway and London Road, like this one, and then come up with ideas with the local community to turn it into something that's more functional, is more interesting. It encourages people to be more active, spend more time outside the four walls. They gave us lots of ideas. Like they said, we want a pathway down here, so we tried to represent it in different ways. We put some ribbons around to just mark it for today. Some people said they would like to have more seating here, so we created this, which I think is of good use to us now. A lot of people said they like to see a bit more artwork, so we had a street artist with us today, Billy, who did a bit of graffiti art on the bike tyres and the cycle tyres. It's also interesting to see how naturally people started using the space today, just standing and talking to each other, and obviously a lot of people walked here, a lot of people cycled past us, and hopefully they enjoyed it more than they would on an ordinary day when they didn't see too many people around.
And what do you believe the outcome will be for this particular space?
For this space, from the ideas that people have said today, I see it being more green, because like a lot of people said, more greenery, more planters. And since you are on the side of a dual carriageway, understandably people want something that shelters them from the traffic, the noise, the pollution. And I think that's very important, not just to make it more interesting, but also to make people feel safer. We all feel safe when we see other people. The best thing about this project is the process we take actually supports community interaction. We get people involved, they give out their ideas, but also they trial things like they did today, and we have events in the actual spaces, so people who do use the space, who we believe are the true experts, because they know what works and what doesn't work.
Okay, what I know about Sustrans is they engage with the community, you know, through cycling interventions and utilising space, like generally public space. And as a designer and architecture student, I'm always engaged with space constantly. So this allows me to gauge with the parameters of sites and how we could utilise places more playfully. Because within the city, there's so many brownfield sites that are not even used, but through these community public interventions like communal gardens or this event today allows people to rethink the idea of how to use these pockets within the city.
I'd like to see for the youth of this area is more community-based activities really. I think a lot of youth in the area might not feel like there's much to do. I mean, we have the park and skate area and all that, and I just think a lot of people would like to see like a lot more community-based activities. So like maybe in like perhaps a fundraising, a charity event maybe, or fun runs or some things like that, something that perhaps we all have in common that we can all take part in.
You could get some guerrilla growers here though, couldn't you?
Yeah,
a veg patch.
Yeah.
Or, like I said, a picnic.
Bringing people together and quite often, we're in a town, but people don't necessarily know who their next door neighbours are. But if they're involved in a community project and there's some involvement and they're actually involved in the organisation and the maintenance of it, then
you should make it the law that people should know their neighbours.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because this this is a community-led project, and I'm merely enabling people to do what they want to do in the space. And this is very precious artwork that people do, or ideas that people contribute. That's what is leading the design process. That's what's going to ultimately shape the project. So they're invaluable. So I have to take it everywhere I go. And the more the people get involved, the nicer it is. And it's good for somebody who's been involved in an event to come to the next one and see that it's being used in the next event. So we're definitely going to take everything that people did here today to the next event, and hopefully we'll be joined by the same people and more people.
Great, wonderful.